Sawadee-krap. Taiwan. Ohayou gozaimasu. So the update is that I found a place. I'm staying here in the Dan district, not far from where I used to stay, conveniently located next to both of the main lines. I'm paying quite a bit of a premium compared to what I used to pay, but I went for this place mainly for the convenience and the perceived productivity gains. Basically, the theory is that staying here I'll be a little more productive in doing what I do and be a little more energized to do what I do. Things will happen a little bit faster. Hopefully, that's the thinking. I could have saved quite a bit by moving further out, but I would be spending more time in commuting, and I would be kind of actually less inclined to do things. Yeah. Crap. So we'll see how this pans out over the next few months, if I'm actually able to get anything done. Yeah. Alrighty. Good thing is switching for the southbound green line is just across the platform, so just have to walk across, right one more station, and I'll be in Xiaonanmen. Small south gate. So this is Ximending, and I'll walk a couple minutes to the immigration. I'll sort out my visa affairs, hopefully. Might take more than one visit, but I still have some time, I think, to sort it out. So I think the immigration is on exit 2. Yeah, see, it's 30, oh, 20 NT, that's very cheap. That's less than $1 Canadian. By the way, riding for how many, like 6 stations? I think it's okay. Straight ahead. So here's something you might find interesting if you always wanted to live in Asia and you always wanted to be kind of stationed more or less long term, more or less permanent. Don't have to rely on visa waivers, visa runs, border runs and such, and you've always looked at the countries and the visa policies were kind of stringent. There's a little channel that not everybody knows about. There's a little way, but it's not without its own considerations or risks, costs involved. So Taiwan has a something called Employment Gold Card, and it's basically a 3-year visa that allows you to stay in Taiwan, look for a job, work, start a business, and while being covered by national insurance and enjoy all the pretty much access to all of the infrastructure here. However, it doesn't guarantee you employment. Obviously, you can obtain the card You may arrive and you may spend a whole lot of time looking for a job and not finding it. But if that's less of a concern for you, if you're mainly just looking to be here and begin the search or start a business, then the Gold Card might be the way for you. There's also something called, there's also the startup visa equivalent to it. Let's go that way. So, which is a bit different. Basically put in a little bit of money and get your startup visa to start a business. But if you don't have that capital, you can begin with the employment Gold Card. You can still start a local business here, find a partner and do something. The Taiwan National Immigration Agency, it's part of the Ministry of the Interior, so I'm here to ask a few questions regarding my visa extension, renewal and stuff, various options, because I kind of fall under two categories potentially, and there's implications, considerations for both. So this is the National Immigration Agency office in the middle of Taipei, Xiaonan Station. So I was directed to obtain my waiting number, get my application from here. The lady directed me to the proper waiting area, even though I don't need these forms, I just need to ask a few questions. I'll still have them just in case. And the lineup is short, only 3 or 4 people. So I've been here before, it's fairly efficient, kind of friendly, good service. Always done my stuff here pretty quickly. They also have a pretty nicely laid out kind of area where you can fill out your docs. Yeah, it's quite rare to find this kind of thing. It's also, I never remember it being, I don't remember it being ever too crowded. Yeah, and staff kind of speaks English and all, as they should, so it's all pretty good. So in my case, I had a fairly, a bit unusual but not entirely unique situation, in that I have the options of both proceeding through the normal ARC process or through the employment Gold Card thing, which I already have. I might be able to extend it. That will be less of a hassle probably. Yeah, and I asked a few questions here about the normal process, and then they gave me the booklet for the they call it Talent Taiwan, but Gold Card is kind of a section under it. So I gave them a call and kind of they answered all my questions. So yeah, I like the process. Just kind of a little bit debating which way I should go, with this one or the other one. The thing is, if I were to apply for the PR in Taiwan in the future, one or the other may be a little bit more preferable depending on the details of the situation. So yeah, I will kind of ruminate on this and maybe proceed in the next few days. Yeah, but it is an option for foreigners who are looking to stay in Taiwan, in Asia in general. The labor law is fairly relaxed, getting more relaxed than before, a bit like in Japan, but a lot easier to get in, get the kind of, if your salary was high enough in the previous 3 years, you can get an employment card fairly easy. And or if you were a specialist under certain occupations, it's also pretty easy. The only challenge there is that your
kind of employability will severely depend on your language ability in most cases, unless you are super trooper expert in your field.
Not the most important part, but the immigration bureau, immigration agency, there's a cute little coffee shop, Kama, one of the Kama outlets here, just across the road. So when I used to come here to sort out stuff, I would sit and kind of in between the things when waiting for things, I would just sit in the coffee shop. That was really good. I'll just pop in for a sec to see if it's just as cozy as before. Coffee shop. Yeah, it's just as cozy. I like Kama. Yeah, okay, but not this time. So this is the immigration building, by the way. Much like in Singapore, by the way. Singapore government perhaps even more efficient. Most of the things they do is completely automated, digitized. Here you might occasionally need a visit, but not always. You do a lot of the applications online, and you come in to collect some physical documents sometimes. I just realized I'm kind of hungry, so it's kind of lunchtime already. Shall I do a little sandwich? These fried dumplings here look so good. They look pretty good, but it's takeout place only. I think I ate here before, so check them out if you come to the immigration. It's good. Will be a walk from Xiaonanmen to Bayman Station. And along the way, I'll find the food, if I see the food, something to eat. So this is a pretty convenient area, it seems. There's Carrefour, there's Decathlon. Yeah. Bayman station is over there. Actually, is it Ximen? Ximen. Yeah. Ximen is closer. So. Might get a bike and ride to the Ximending station. Shall I do it? Shall I not do it? Ximending station area. There's lots of food around here. This area becomes really lively in the evening. It's a bit like Shinjuku or Akihabara of Taipei. Young people come here at night to show off, to show themselves, to look at the people. Everyone who's kind of wants to be seen as trendy, young and pretty, fashionable. They like to hang about here in some crazy outfits. Yeah. It's been a while since I've eaten here, so I guess all the shops have changed, and I'm not really after the fancy one. fancy ones. What I'm usually looking for is some dingy shop in the alley. The price is more or less reasonable. And oh, maybe this, yeah. Not on the main road, main alley. Maybe here I'll get something. This is like kind of like a breakfast shop, but all day breakfast. They have some breakfast pancakes. Maybe a bit too rich for lunchtime. Okay, if I don't find something, I'll come back here. Oh, tailored suits, school uniforms, cosplay as well here. So pretty lively atmosphere for Tuesday morning. A lot of people are still on holiday, so not itching to go back to work. Pop mats. So you see what I mean by pretty lively. It is pretty lively. Of course, Ximending being quite touristic and an entertainment area, food here will be not as cheap, but if you walk around you'll find something for any budget. It's not huge, it's not as big as Shinjuku. Oh, they have a Shinjuku Plaza. It's funny. Another place it a little bit reminds me of is the Tanuki Koji in Sapporo, but it's under the open air. So I'll do a little circle, and if I don't find something that catches my eye, I'll go back to the all-day breakfast shop. Ximending New Sunrise. Yeah, they make pretty good pineapple cake. I sometimes buy it from my friends in Thailand because they have a shop at the airport. Before and after security, you can stock up on it at the duty free.
The foods that we know, I want to have some.
I think I've done a circle. Where's my breakfast shop? Was it here? Let's see, wrong alley. So I'm back here, there's the breakfast shop somewhere there. There's lots of street food, but it's even kind of richer than breakfast, not as healthy. Try to avoid that. Okay. All day breakfast. Đây dùng OK吗？đây dùng。好，我看一下。好，谢谢。这边来看。啊，好好，谢谢，谢谢。So I love these stuffed pancakes, but this time I'm a bit disappointed about the size. It kind of looks bigger and more like thicker, more stuffed in the picture. But anyway, gonna enjoy. At least the pancake itself is well made, sesame seeds. I think poppy seed as well. It's quite fragrant. And it's 88 NT, I think, with the tea, hot tea, and the pancake. Pancake was 45 NT. So a few days later, I'm here again. Come on, coffee shop, immigration. So gotta sort out my visa affairs. So there's no lineup this time. Just need to collect my new card. Be same as this, but with some updated detail. Meanwhile, let's look at these city guards. Yeah, various memorabilia. TTL, Taiwan Tobacco and Liquor Corp. They do some wine actually. It was so quick this time. I didn't even have to wait. Yeah, I got my new card, but yeah, it didn't actually extend the expiration date. And here's something else I learned today, which wasn't really apparent to me before during my application process a couple of years ago. But it turns out, if you do everything right, hey Shiba, if you do everything right, I love this Kama coffee shop. Although usually I drink tea at the Kama shops, they usually have a pretty good oolong milk tea. Yeah, even their coffee is not too bad. Some Ethiopian hefe. Get a milk tea. 乌龙奶茶。
乌龙奶茶。冰的热的？
热的。
热的。100。
好，谢谢。
有会员吗？
没有。
好。载具有吗？
票印出来。
好的。
Always ask for the invoice for the receipt. 好，谢谢。That's pretty good milk tea. Oolong奶茶. They put in skim milk. So something I learned on these couple of visits to the immigration, and actually while calling the Gold Card office, they suggest that I call, and I called. So turns out if you do everything right, basically once you arrive in Taiwan on the Gold Card, and you stay the required number of days under the Gold Card, you might be able to apply. Number one, there's basically two options. You might be able to apply for your Gold Card extension under the same
income requirements that you did that you used while applying for the original card. So that might work under certain circumstances. However, more importantly is that once you arrive in the country and you spend the required number of days, and I'm told by the Gold Card office, it's for 549 days, which is basically just under 2 years, right? So 449 days. Once you have that, you might be eligible to apply for the APRC card. APRC, Alien Permanent Resident Card certificate, which is essentially PR status here in Taiwan. And once you have that, you no longer have to extend your work permit. You no longer have to apply for the Gold Card, and you're no longer tied to particular employer. You basically as free to move in and out and switch employers just like every other Taiwanese. So gives you pretty much all the regular rights except voting. Obviously you have full access to the national health insurance and all. Only after about 2 years in the country under the Gold Card, which is incredible. If this is true, this is to be verified. I'm not right, but if this is true, this is incredibly advantageous compared to all the other schemes in this regard. Even over the not regular work permit things. Yeah, because with the work permit, number one, you have to meet certain income threshold, and you have to accumulate way longer, I think 3 years within the last 5 years, something like that. So, and a lot of people don't qualify for those, but those who manage to qualify once in their lifetime to arrive under the Gold Card, they might be able to get into Taiwan through a loophole and enjoy all the potential benefits of the labor market and of the social security system here. At the very least, there's a pretty decent healthcare system. So that's something to be aware of. Jobs-wise, of course, all depends on you, your own network, your own abilities. Language ability will be incredibly important. Yeah. You have to be able to read a newspaper without using the Google Lens, Google Translate. What this? Trump something. Probably TSMC. What else? Ministry of something. Yeah, so TSMC gathers in United States. That's general. No, that's board meeting. So yeah, TSMC gathers in the States, in America, for the board meeting. Probably has to do with the Trump tariff. So you can discern without using Google Translate.